Welcome to Script Learners. I hope you are doing well. In today's video, we're going to discuss the most important interview question, that is, explain public static void main in detail. So if you are doing Java, you must be knowing this statement. What does this mean? So this is basically the main method of the class. So we use statement to declare the main method. So main is the method from where a program starts. We write main method inside the class. It is because Java is an object-oriented programming language. So let's discuss about this statement. So this is basically public static void main. So these are some keywords that we use to declare the main method. So let's first talk about this public keyword. So what does this actually mean? So it is an access specifier. Access specifier defines the visibility of a class. Java provides 4 types of access specifiers, that is default, public, private, and protected. We will discuss about access specifiers in detail in some other video. For now, let's talk about public keyword. So public methods and variables, public modifiers can be accessed by all of the other classes. Or we can say when we want a method to be accessed outside the class, then it can be declared as public. If we make it private or let's say protected, then JVM will not be able to access it outside the class. So yeah, that's what public specifier means. So we simply use public keyword so that that particular class can be accessible from any other class or package in the Java program. So now let's talk about the static keyword. So we use static keyword when we have to call a method without creating the object of a class. The functions or methods of a class can be called using the object of a class. Static method doesn't need any object. So yeah, that's why we use static keyword. So that was a basic definition of static keyword. So now let's understand who calls the main method. So actually the Java virtual machine calls the main method. So here we made it static because JVM can call it directly without creating the object. That's why we create main method as static. So hope you understood what does the static keyword actually means. So now let's talk about void. So void main, so here the void is a return type. It specifies that a method should not have a return value, and the main method is the starting point for JVM to start execution of a Java program. Without main method, JVM will not be able to execute the program. So that's a basic info about void main. So here void is simply a return type. So that's it. Now let's talk about the real problem. So you must be able to explain all of this because there are a lot of information available all over the internet about these keywords, and we also use these in many other things, but no one talks about this argument that has been passed inside the main method, that is string args. So what is this actually? So we will discuss this. So it is basically used so that we can hold the command line arguments in the form of string values. So that's why we create a string array inside the main method as an argument. So it stored Java command line arguments in array format of a string type. Here the name of string array is args or args, that is the short form of arguments, but it is not fixed to use args. We can use any name, as you know, it is just a variable name that defines that we're talking about a string array here. So we can use any sort of name here. It is a standard practice to use args as the string array inside the main method. Let's discuss about command line arguments in detail. So by using command line arguments, we can easily check the behavior of the program by giving various inputs. The arguments which are passed from command prompt are called command line arguments. Java virtual machine will create an array by passing that as an argument. Java virtual machine will call the main method. Nowadays we don't pass arguments through command line interface. On desktop that is true, but there isn't only desktop. On servers the command line is how you use most of the things. Programs that offer a command line interface are automable by script. So that is the basic info about command line arguments. Now let's discuss this with an example. So here I'll be creating a Java class and I'll be showing you how exactly command line arguments work by executing this program inside our command prompt. So let me create a class. So let me zoom it a little bit. Yeah. So I will declare this class as CLI and let me now create the main method, public static void main, and let me create the array string args. Now what I will do is I will simply create a for each loop which will take the values from this args array, as we will be passing some arguments inside while executing this program. So I will use for each loop. So what I will do is I will create a string variable, a string s, and I will be passing args here so that we can store values inside our string variable. Now I will simply print it. S, that's it. So we are done. So let's save our program as cli.java. So we have successfully saved it as cli.java. Now let's run this inside CMD. We'll open the CMD, and what I'll do is I'll simply run this java c class name. Now I'll write java class name, and after this I can pass the command line arguments. So let's say hello script learners. So here you can see it got printed in the console. So that was the basic aim of our program. What we did is we simply pass some arguments here while executing, and then we simply printed those inside the console. So here we got the argument that we passed, that is hello script learners, as the output inside the console. So that is the basic use of command line arguments. So let's discuss this with some other example. So I will show you by the official documentation. So here it says that a Java application can accept any number of arguments from the command line. This allows the user to specify configuration information when the application is launched. The user enters command line arguments when invoking the application and specifies them after the name of the class to be run. For example, suppose a Java application called sorts line in a file. To sort the data in a file named as friends.txt, a user would enter Java class name, that is sort, and then the file name. So here what it's trying to say is that it has shown us a real life example in which we can use command line arguments. So here it's stating that we have created a class with the name of sort. So what this class do is, this class reads some text files, and it simply sorts the text present in the file, and it returns the value. So we can pass that file name here in the command line arguments itself. So I've created a sample example here. So let me open this. So I have created this program which simply reads a particular text file, and it returns the content that is written in that file. So this is the program that I have written. So we will discuss later on, like how we can read files and stuff. So let's not focus on that. So it is just like I'm showing you the benefits of command line arguments. So let me run this. What I've done is, so I have created this main.java which contains the code that will simply read a file and print the output, print the content that is present in that particular text file. So I've created this hello.txt. So this is the file that we will be reading. So I've simply like mentioned some random text here. So hello, welcome to script learners. Keep learning. That's it. So let me save this. Now let's run this in CLI. Main.java. Java main. Then I will pass the text file name, which is here hello.txt. So I will pass the file name as command line argument hello.txt. So here you can see it just printed the content that is present in that particular file. So by using command line arguments, we can do all of these things, and it also have many uses that depends upon the use case that we are following. So that was a basic intro about the command line arguments, and that was all about the basic flow of how public static void main works. So I hope you understood this in detail. I will attach this document in the description. You can surely check it out, and thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe our channel, and make sure to like this video, share this with your friends, and just keep supporting our channel, and we'll ensure that we'll keep posting these types of informative videos, and so that we can help you. Thank you.